Hey, good morning folks. Welcome back to the farm. We've got a big project going today. We're going to at least start. Stick around. So before winter, we need to build a new living area for our guineas because right now they're in our isolation pen and the brooder on the inside is not quite big enough for all the guineas we have now. So we're going to build another coop out here behind the windmill. We'll show you what we have going on. You can already hear the guineas are all excited about their new house. So this is kind of the area that we're going to put it in over here behind the windmill. And we have these panels that we had left over from the gazebo. Hey, quiet down, girls. Trying to make a video here. Thank you. So we're going to make it this long. Our coop can be 5 feet by 9 feet, and that's plenty. And this will be a real good roof for it. So I've cut out these little 4x4 pieces. Oh, there goes Cat now. And we're going to use those pieces to lay out where we want our posts. And then we've got the post hole digger on the tractor. We'll dig those and set our posts. Finally got him out of the coop. Get him out of here for a while. Man. All right, Kelly set her northwest corner where she wanted it. And then we squared everything else off after that. We put that over there just to give us a ballpark. And then once we got all our measurements, our 5 foot this way, 9 foot this way, we measured diagonal to make sure we're exactly square. We're at 123 3/8 both directions. And this is just going to give us the center for the hole. We can still move the post around in the hole later. So this gets the hole in the right spot is all this does. All right, we've got our area marked. So we have our bullseye right there for our post hole digger. So Kelly's going to get on the tractor. We'll get these holes dug. All right, Kelly's got bullseye. So she's going to get this thing going. Fire up, babe. Look out, Ruby. Now I'm going to keep her lined up as she goes down because as it goes down, we got to move forward a little bit. Bump it forward just a hair. That's good. Perfect. I'm going to stabilize it a little bit. There we go. So with these low-speed post hole diggers, it's good to take a shovel, pull out away from the hole, because the auger doesn't have enough speed to throw it off. All right, working on our second hole here. This hole was wet all the way to the bottom almost. Kelly's cleaning it out. Quite a tractor driver, this gal. Third hole. All right, Kelly's lining up on our last hole. Good. Down. Stop. Wow, she's pretty good. Okay, we got all 4 holes drilled. It's nice to have a good hand on the tractor, let me tell you. It's hard to do this by yourself to keep everything lined up. So I'm going to go get the poles. We'll put the poles in, and then we can work on getting them concreted into the ground, getting them all squared up and plumb and level, and all the other things we got to do. Well, Ruby, does it pass inspection? She's giving it the good once over. Must be good. She came and gave me the approval. So these two holes are close enough dead on, so we're going to start setting poles. We're going to put a half a bag of ready mix in the bottom of each pole. So we'll put these directly in the center of the hole, exactly 9 feet outside to outside, and then we should be able to fudge these around out here enough to get our perfect square layout. Okay, we're going to put our ready mix in dry. So Kelly's going to put water in the bottom of the hole to get her started. And then once we get the ready mix in, we'll put some more water in on top of it. And then we don't have to mix the concrete. Everything will mix in just fine right in the hole. And tomorrow it'll be set. We might give it a couple days before we start bumping the poles around though. All right, Kelly's putting a little water in on top of that concrete, so we can move on to the next post. Okay, we got 2 posts set. We've got them nice and plumb. The good way to check that, double check it, is to just move over and eyeball to that other post. You can see that we're dead even with that other post. That's a good way to double check your work. All right, got our post in. We are dead on and dead square. You can check that out there. And then check our other posts. There we go. And then let's take even a look diagonally. Looks good to me. All right, that's all we can do today. We're going to let this concrete set up. We'll clean up our tools. Sure is handy having a wife that can read a tape measure, clear down to the 16th of an inch. Where'd you learn how to do that, babe?
Math class.
Math class.
First grade.
First grade? I didn't even learn it in first grade. You think she's lying, Ruby? I think she's telling a fib there.
They didn't make you read the rulers in first grade?
Oh, we got all picked up. So we're going to come out tonight, probably before we button everything up. We'll rake some of this dirt in, water it in little by little, and finish filling those holes in. And then we'll see you when we get back on this project. All right, folks, we're back out here with the coop build project. Mighty windy today. We've got our holes filled back in. What we got to do now is we got to trim the tops of these posts off so they're all even. That one over there is the lowest one. So we're going to get our boards cut, and then we'll put a level, and we'll level to all these other posts to get our line, and we'll cut the posts off. Okay, we got our piece of roofing here against our posts. We need to find the angle that the top board's going to intersect the metal with. So I got a little piece of 3.5 inch wide lumber. So we put it up against the post and up against the board. I think we got about the right angle. So we'll go see what that angle is, and we'll cut these posts. All right, we've got our blade set to that angle. So now we're going to take our 4x4 posts. We've already cut them 9 feet long, because that's what we are outside to outside for the posts. And then we've got the fence set up to where this saw blade comes out the side over here. We can't do full depth because the blade doesn't cut thick enough, but it'll leave just a little bit on top. So we're going to run our 4x4 all the way through here, the full 9 foot length. Okay, we got it ripped. Got the angle cut on it. Just got one more to do. Okay, we got both of our boards cut. We brought the straightest one out here to use our level with. So we're going from this post, we got that post cut, And then I went from this post to this post, used the level, got this post cut. And then I did 2 marks from this way and this way to find out how close we were. We were within 1/8 of an inch, so I just split the difference. I leveled from this post over here because this is the most important. You can see the angle there on top, and that's the angle that the roof will intersect. So we got a nice flat surface now. It'll be nice and sturdy when we screw our roof down to it. Now the cordless drill or cordless saw doesn't cut all the way through, it leaves a little spot in the middle. So we take our hand saw and finish it off. Got all of our posts cut level now. We made sure that we had enough height to put our door in the other side. We didn't want it very tall, so we only went just as high as we needed for the door. So I need to go in our 2 rails now. We're going to pre-drill those for some timber screws. These are the screws we're going to use. Got a longer shank drill bit I'm going to use. We're going to drill 2 holes down through the top of this to screw into the top of those posts. 2 screws on each end. Okay, we got our holes drilled on both ends of each board. So we're going to throw those up there. All we got to do is flush them on the ends and on the sides, and it should be dead on. Okay, both rails are on. Let's check our work. Like we're dead on. Alright, we just packed everything up. This wind is horrendous out here. Blowing everything over, blowing my hat off, blowing our sheets around. So I strapped the sheets up over there, so collectively they're too heavy to blow around. Otherwise, this wind would blow one clear to Kansas. Alright, in here in the shop out of the wind. I tell you what, these timber screws are pretty sweet. They're something else. Those top rails are never coming off those posts. Alright, video's not over, so stick around. We're just going to button up this shop. Kelly's almost home, so we're going to get supper ready. We'll bring you back when we're back on the project. Alright folks, a little bit better day today. Going to try to get a few more things done. We got about an hour and a half to work with here. We went up the hill and got our old roofing that we had stacked up there. We got some old 2x4s out of the barn. So let's get going. We're going to put a couple cross boards here in on the top. So we're using some joist hangers. We got one dead set in the middle. So this thing is 5 foot overall. So we need to cut our board 7 inches short to allow for the 3.5 on both sides. We'll go cut that now. Got our center cross member in. We're going to cut one for the end down here. You can use the same hangers. You just have to get a hammer, go over on the anvil or flat surface and bend this ear flat so it'll go on the outside. They make special ones that you can buy like this, but I think they cost more than the regular hangers, so just buy a regular one and beat that flap over. Now this one was a little far apart, had a little gap. You don't need a big clamp or anything, and by yourself just get you a ratchet strap, pull it together tight. Now the board on the south side here is going to be a little bit different. We're going to go underneath this board and flush on the outside because we got to build a door frame over here because this is where the door is going to go. So once we get the door frame built, this will come out later. This is just to keep our spacing for now. Now some of you probably don't know, see these that look like Phillips head screws? On a driver like this, especially with long screws, it's very easy to strip out a Phillips head. But these newer screws, you can see how it's got kind of a square socket in the middle. And that is for a square point driver. And it engages the screw much better and doesn't strip. Got our top frame all secure up here. The next thing we're going to do is cut probably 2 boards depending on the hole spacing on our siding, because it's used siding and wherever the holes are is where I want to put a cross member so all the screws go into the same holes. We're not making new holes or leaving holes open. So we'll cut those to go in between here. But right now I got to head up to the high school. We're grilling burgers for a football game this afternoon. We'll come back onto this real soon. All right, folks, it's a beautiful day out here. And we got Kelly helping today. She's off work doing her guinea coop. So today we're going to work on the sideboards. We're going to try to get the roof on. But before we can put the sideboards on and the side sheathing, Kelly wants to put mesh down in the bottom to keep predators from digging up in here in the middle of the night, trying to get at her guineas. So we got the first run cut out. Got it notched for the post. We're going to slide this out. We're going to cut another run for this side and do the same, and then we can get those boards down right on top of it. Kelly's pulling that over. We've already cut out for the posts. And it's going to overlap in the center. Now she's going to use some of this red brick that we have. We have a bunch more. She's going to go around the outside too to hold that screen down. And then she's got some fabric stakes to do the inside. And plus we'll probably have some kind of bedding on the inside too that'll help hold it down. It'll also keep the guineas from scratching around in here if they would. And digging holes to where they could get underneath the boards. Got all of our mesh cut. Kelly's going around putting staples in to hold the edges down until the grass can kind of grow up through that. And once that happens, we don't have to worry about it. So I'm going to start measuring for some boards to put in here to screw our metal siding to. We want to do that before we put the roof on, because the way the roof curves over, we won't be able to get those top screws in if we don't. Got all of our mesh down. We have our purlins in there. We've got our bottom course of the tin put on. I'm cutting the top one now. Kelly's screwing them in as I bring them over. We'll get that side done, then we'll do this side, then we'll put the roof on. Got one side done. We're out of roofing screws, so we're going to have to go to town. Oh darn, we'll catch lunch while we're in there. We'll get that other side on. Then we'll get that roof on today. Okay, we're back from lunch. We got two sides now. So we'll get the roof panels over here, lean them up against the wall, and we'll start bolting them together because they all get bolted together before they go up. We got the roof panels bolted together. Kelly had the inside, I had the outside. Snugged up real nice. These panels are made to fit together nice. So we're just going to take this now and just slide it right up over the top. There it is, folks. Roof is on. Got her screwed down good. Got it all bolted together. Real nice shade in here. Looks like a covered bridge right now. But come out nice. We're very pleased with it. And that grain bin rings are super good roof. Very sturdy. Locks together real nice. Ties everything together real good. You can't even budget this thing right now. It's solid as a brick outhouse. Well, folks, I think we're going to pull the plug on that project for today. I'm going to go set a spell in the grain bin and relax a little bit before supper. Kelly's already hit showers. So, hope you enjoyed our little guinea coop build. We'll be back for more on a future video for sure. And we hope you enjoyed this video. So, until next time, stay safe, stay healthy. We love you guys. Come back and see us at the farm here in Nebraska.